This is MenheRafflesia. We're doing the third episode right now of this like anthology horror series slash dating sim. Each person you can pursue leads you on a path to destruction. It's called MenheRafflesia as a reference to a specific sort of flower that is symbolically related to death, and a menhera, which is a term used in Japan for a mentally ill person. Not usually or not originally used as a term of like self-identification, and more akin to like crazy or disturbed. It is a term that folks have reclaimed, especially in like anime, manga spaces in the sense of fashion. Thinking of yanderes will probably give you a sort of explanation for who this game is sort of trying to appeal to, but it also has a bone to pick with the interpretation of mentally ill people, while still kind of tabooifully celebrating being fucked up. I can't exactly call it a comfort game, but it does give us some strong positive emotions, despite it being so negative. Which is no surprise if you are at all familiar with our content. I feel it's better to learn at an older age, to learn to drive, I mean. I don't trust a 16-year-old behind the wheel of a 2-ton killing machine. Interesting. I mean, I think you should be able to drive if you're old enough to have to go to war, personally. I don't know if I would trust myself over someone who's really young, like an 18-year-old who's already driven for 2 years, as someone who still has not driven. I don't know how much maturity someone needs to have to drive. I mean, there's plenty of people with like anger issues too that probably shouldn't drive. And there's certainly people who have internalized the pedestrian society that a lot of the Imperial Court is seeped in, where it's just like, you don't value human life enough to be behind the wheel of a car, in my opinion. This game contains violent and grotesque depictions. This story is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to anything is a coincidence. Sharon Games. Oh, I should also mention this game has like a remake on Steam, but it's not in English. This is also a fan dub. Well, I guess my streaming of it is a fan dub. I can hear the sound of the wind. Is this the outside? Have I finally gotten out? Open your eyes. Isn't the sky beautiful? A blue sky and a flower field spread out before my eyes. Hey, isn't it a wonderful world? This world is so beautiful. Here, somebody has planted a flower field. Somebody has raised these flowers, and one by one they bloom. It might have been you, or it might have been me, or it might have been someone else. I hope that you too will raise a flower. Depending on the one who raised it, this seed might bloom into a completely different flower. From the flower that you grow, what kind of color might bloom? We always justify our actions with no regard for others' feelings. We commit numerous sins without even noticing them, even though we know our violent actions will hurt others, even though we know our cruel words will hurt others. We all know this, but pretend not to know. The more we sin, the more we avert our eyes and push the blame on others. We do not realize we are the guilty ones. You knew as well, didn't you? That in this world of ours, even a simple truth like "I love you" will become twisted and distorted. A terribly cruel and irrational world. I'm just a nobody, without dreams or hope or money or power or family or friends or lovers. I'm just a single guy who has yet to obtain a single thing. Absent-mindedly, I take the usual road home. Even if I were to think about it, when I take the same road tomorrow, after all, there's no guarantee that tomorrow will be better than today. Shut up and keep walking. I'm walking my head down, eyes vacant. My house is still a ways off. Suddenly, a flower appeared at my feet. An immature flower that hadn't yet bloomed. It's just like me, destined to be forgotten. A foolish existence spent walking back and forth along the same road. It's as if that late blooming flower represents myself, afraid of moving forward. That flower's name was Daffodil. Oh, Daffodil. A flower brimming with confidence. Prey are ensnared by its cruel beauty. Before long, at the end of the road, the flower of foolishness will bloom. Ayumi Daffodil. Have a good one, Lazy. A beauty overflowing with talent. Inflaming your foolish desire and curiosity. Bringing you to ruin. Now, let the bloodthirsty flower bloom. I walked down the familiar road on the way back from work. Just ahead is my destination. I'm a regular at this bar. I entered the bar and sat at my usual seat. I'm always here at this hour. It's my special place. I was in love. Just when the bar was getting crowded, a woman made her appearance. All the men were instantly charmed. Her perfect figure and clear blue eyes. She was radiant. Her beautiful golden hair swayed across her body. She's an actress called Kurodori Yume. Although she can be considered famous, she sometimes appears on TV. Like always, my eyes were drawn to her beauty. Suddenly, she came over and started talking to me. Hey there. Do you mind if I sit next to you? At this sudden turn of events, I was so surprised I spilled my drink. My, are you alright? Sorry for suddenly speaking to you. And as for your drink, that's on me. All the seats are taken except over here. Mind if I sit? Please, I don't mind. Thanks. Then, I'll take you up on your offer. Barkeep, can you give me the usual? The dour-looking bartender nodded and started preparing her cocktail. And you? What would you like? A mojito. You're still underage, aren't you? Don't get carried away, kid. You can't hide it. I can tell. Your face gives away your age. Bullseye, huh? Don't worry. I won't call the police. It'll just be our little secret. Is orange juice alright with you? Don't get me wrong, kid. I wasn't trying to make a fool out of you. That's right. I forgot our introductions, so what's your name? I see. It's Haru, huh? You can call me Ayume. Have you heard of me? Kurodori Ayume, that is. Although I'm not very famous. I'm a big fan of yours. Really? That makes me happy. I never experienced a fan meetup here. This must be my lucky day. By the way, kid, are you always drinking at this bar? You like it here? That's right. Isn't it? I like this place too. This classical and charming atmosphere. We get along well, don't we? The woman who I had a crush on for the longest time. I can't believe I'm chatting with her right now. I was so moved. My head was a blank, and I didn't know what to talk about. Even so, this dreamlike time flew by quickly. My, it's already this late. Well then, I must take my leave. Shall we meet again, my lovely boy? MenheRafflesia, Ayume Daffodil. Hi, Ice Wolf! How are you? Wow, so much pride. Good to hear. Good morning. As usual, I went to work. And as usual, I went to the bar. As usual, I drank while looking wistful towards Koridori Ayume. But today was not a usual day. Although I spilled my drink, it honestly didn't matter. Because someone like me was able to have a conversation with her. Just being able to talk with the woman I longed for was enough to make my heart sore and take my breath away. I couldn't suppress my excitement and went to bed still in high spirits. Koridori Ayume. So beautiful. And not just her appearance. Her voice too. Nice and deep. Those long and beautiful golden locks that smell like a sweet flower. My heart was racing so fast I couldn't recall the taste of my drink at all. I'm in love. Or rather, I've fallen in. Love all over again. Of course I went to that bar for the sole purpose of seeing her. But if she caught on, she's just gonna smile and say, "Men are such simple creatures." While having such dumb thoughts, I went to sleep. Ayume, I want to see you again. Her hair is the color of piss. If you're lucky. Try as I might, I can't be special. No matter how much effort I put in, no matter how much blood I shed, you just advance past me. Even if I shave years off my life to pursue you, although I can catch up to you, I can't become your only special person. Am I suited to be by your side? Finally, I become special to someone. Someone who looks only at me and praises me. A person who thinks I am special. A person who acknowledges me. I'm surrounded by lots of good people, but still I'm not satisfied. When will I become someone special to you? If you take note of me, tears will roll down my cheeks. If I could smile the way I smiled when I first met you, I could wish for nothing more. Hey, you may, Daffodil. Depending on who raised it, a completely different flower may bloom. Again tonight I walked down the familiar road on the way back from work. Just ahead is my destination. I'm a regular at this bar. I entered the bar and sat in my usual seat. I'm always here at this hour. It's my special place. In a while, she'll appear. I was waiting for her. My, it's you, boy. We meet again. Sorry about yesterday, for making you go along with my whims. Won't you join me today as well? Oh, I'm glad to hear those words. Are you always by yourself? That's fine, I like it that way too. Barkeep, the usual, please. Hey, kid. Why do you come here all the time? On the way back from work? I came here to see you. Oh my. How marvelous. However, that level of flattery won't work against this big sus. What's bothering you? Dummy. Are you worried about me? But if you heard me out, what would you do, I wonder? There's no real reason for it. Things just turned out that way. Nothing worth listening to. You're a very kind person. Thanks. I got dumped by my boyfriend. Isn't it a boring reason? Unforgivable, is he blind? My, are you angry for my sake? Thanks. You really are a kind kid. But even if you tease this big sis, I won't tell you anything. However, thank you. I'm glad to hear it. I feel a little better now. However, it's my fault. I messed up. I'm the one who couldn't match up with him. Hey, wait up. Why are you making such a face? Are you perhaps in love with me? You'd better cut it out. If you fall in love with me, you'll only have a hard time. Kid. You should stop coming to see me. This will be the last time we meet. Farewell, my boy. Thanks for listening to my story. I found a little bit of courage again. Once again, I'll try my best. Ayume went out and left me behind. Her firm determination was unstoppable. MenheRafflesia, Ayume Daffodil. This is definitely one, like, depending on what order I would suggest for other people to play this, especially if I was going to suggest them playing it blind, I would not start with her because, like, before her story starts, introduction totally says that she's, like, a predator, or at least is preying on you, or that her nature is that of a predator that will lull you in. Kind of like a Venus flytrap or something. I don't think daffodils are carnivorous plants, though, so I'm curious on why they chose a daffodil, but I could be wrong. Ever since I returned home that night, I have been depressed and spaced out. I became like an empty shell, repeating Ayume's words over and over in my head. This will be the last time we meet. Farewell, my boy. The last time, she said. What the heck? Even though I was finally able to speak to her, yet, in the end it had come to this. While having a headache and a sense of loss, I tried my best to go to sleep. Ayume. Only I knew how many times I cried that night. Yeah, being rejected by someone feels terrible, especially when it's someone you look up to. And when you had a sense of it being more than just a one-time meeting. Greenery. I consider myself a hard worker. I was born an ordinary person without any talent to call my own. But that did not mean I had given up on life. Through piling up hard work upon hard work, from there, I was able to catch up to geniuses. I'm aware that my hopes could be crushed at any moment. In that case, I'll just work hard enough to sweat blood. Things too awful to speak about. I went and did it all. Because I did it, now I can stand here, next to you. Someone once said, to be able to work hard is also a talent. That might be so. I won't give up. Absolutely not. Just what kind of flower will bloom? Again tonight, I walked down the familiar road on the way back from work. Just ahead is my destination. I'm a regular at this bar. I entered the bar and sat in my usual seat. I'm always here at this hour. It's my special place. Ayume was not there. Even after a while, she didn't show up. I wonder if she wouldn't ever come see me again. Ayume, because you were here, I was able to try my best every day. Everything is thanks to you, Ayume. I'd always been supported by you. What the heck? Ayume, if you're not here, then I... MenheRafflesia, Ayume Daffodil. Ayume didn't come home today as well. From that time on, I continued to visit the bar every day. I wanted those words to be a lie. I wanted it to be just a mistake. When I least expected, I'm sure she'll appear at the bar again, just like that. Such convenient thoughts welled up in my mind. But no, I really understand. She won't appear again. Lying vacantly on the bed, I recalled a story from long ago. I don't remember it too clearly, but at that time, I was getting drowned by work and spacing out in front of my TV at home. Some drama was arising, and there I saw Yume for the first time. Through the TV, Ayume spoke to me. I would never forget that one scene. Don't take your own life. Eventually, things will get better. From the day we're born until the day we die, people never stop learning. Even if you aren't better than others at anything, you mustn't give up. Because you blame everything on your lack of talent. That's where you're like this now. Even untalented people like us can reach the same heights as those with talent. If you just try. And even if you reach those heights, you mustn't forget to improve yourself. Until the day we die, we can do nothing but to continue to strive and grow. As for you, you must find the reason you were born. And until that day, the day you finally achieve your life's calling, you aren't allowed to die. You cannot die. Committing suicide is out of the question. Just keep working at it. You can do it. Feels a little bit toxically positive, I suppose. But scenes on TV try to be really impactful. And it seems like a good thing on its face. The rain fell. All was silent apart from the sound of the rain. There was nobody around. Probably nobody will come. I'm late. Will you forgive me? Abandoning you. I keep moving forward. Erasing from my memory the existence of you, who abandoned me. I will only look ahead from now on. Never again will I look back. I don't think I am conceited. You have rejected me. That's all. I'm still more than beautiful enough. I don't think I've committed any major sin. You just disappeared by yourself, that's all. I am quite blameless. Now then, there is a problem. Right here. Who am I waiting for? Meow. Even when Ayume wasn't there, I continued to visit the bar, so that I could welcome her whenever she returned. Once again, I walked down the familiar road on the way back from work. Just ahead is my destination. I'm a regular at this bar. Then, in the midst of the falling rain, I saw her. That familiar blonde hair. It was Ayume. Ayume! Boy. Long time no see. Have you been well? Ayume had been crying. There's not a trace left of her usual coolness. She had an expression like a little girl. The strong-willed Ayume now looked as weak as a kitten. I've shown you a miserable side of myself. It was useless. I tried my best, but... Let's seek shelter over at that hotel. My, how forceful of you. You sure about this, kid? Taking this big sis who's already mentally weakened to such a place. I might not be able to hold myself back, you know. Let's celebrate my graduation from virginity. I don't mind. I see. So, you want to become an adult. That's fine. I don't hate that sort of thing. Well then, I'll take a shower first. I've been drenched in the rain after all. While Ayume was in the shower, I was constantly fidgeting nervously. I was restless. No, I wasn't able to calm down at all. Whether by rolling on the bed or by turning on the TV. While doing that, suddenly, Ayume's bag caught my eye. I wonder what's inside an adult woman's bag. There's got to be something sexy inside, right? Just a peek should be fine. Inside Ayume's bag, there wasn't anything unusual for a woman to carry. But further inside, there was something wrapped in a towel. The towel was stained red. Inside was a bloody knife. In my surprise, I dropped the knife on the floor. Kid, what are you doing? Fishing around in a person's belongings. What on earth are you trying to do? So you saw it. That's right. I came to kill. No matter how many times I say it, no one ever listens. Kids who don't listen should be killed. Since it's out of the bag, I can't let you leave now, kid. As Ayume said that, she threw the bag at me. I stepped back and avoided it, but my feet trembled. What a dumb kid. If you didn't find out, you could have done some nice things with this big sis. Ayume picked up the knife that fell on the floor and slowly walked in my direction. No matter how much time passes, a kid's still a kid. In the end, just a kid who won't admit his wrongdoings. Kids who aren't raised properly disgust me. With an unbearable fear, my legs couldn't stop trembling. My strength left me. I liked Ayume, that's all. So why? Why? Why did it come to this? I'll atone for my sins later. I don't know exactly when, though. Before I could resist, she had backed me to the corner. Her knife was against my neck. I couldn't move a muscle. Humans are creatures that have to sin in order to live. There's no such thing as a sinless person. Even you are full of sin. Atone for your own sins. That end, the daffodil stained with fresh blood. Yeah, I'm full of sin, bitch, what of it? Ah, that's what of it. Love the sin you're in. Woman's back? I don't know. We could be doing better, Chloe. Hope you're okay. There has to be something sexy inside, right? I'd better stop it. Thanks for waiting. It took a little longer than I thought. Sorry about that. Now, you should take a shower too, boy. Hey, kid. Do you dislike adult women? That's okay. After this, I'm sure you'll like them. I'll make you forget everything. Every man loves breasts, right? Does it feel good? Have you calmed down now? Kid, you're feeling aroused now? Somehow, I feel my heart throbbing too. I know. How about this? Using my favorite handcuffs and rope, I'm going to bind your hands and feet now. Like this? All right. I love this kind of play. Okay, time for the real action. Where should I begin? What is that? What do you mean? It's a scalpel, of course. Have you never seen one before? Oh, silly baby. Isn't it great? When playing like so. Better not forget to bring this. Without any regard for my struggling form, I nonchalantly took up the scalpel and brought it against my stomach. I'm quite good at these sorts of things. It surprises even myself. Kid, are you scared too? You're staring at me with such eyes. Don't you think you're being cruel? Without knowing anything about me, you go and say that you love me. But the moment you realize my hobby is just a little different, you try to leave me. I mean, at first you were just waiting for the chance to get close to me, right? Men really are stupid. I've got to laugh. They're so simple-minded. Look at how pretty it is. How fascinating to look at you. Does it hurt? It hurts, doesn't it? Of course it does. Look, it's your... Hey, look, kid. I've been looking forward to seeing that face of yours. Did you think it's already over? Not yet. There's still a lot more to look forward to. Such a painful expression. How wonderful. Surely I was born for the sake of seeing such a face. I love you. I love you just the way you are now, boy. Such a cute person. Hey, kid. Let's hear your thoughts. They might be your last words after all. The boy who adored and hoped to do naughty things with his cool big sis. How is he feeling now that his precious organs are being pulled out? This boy has come to the end of his short and meaningless life. In his final moments, what does he have to say? Please, don't! I want to hear it. Please let me hear it. It'll only be boring. Am I being too conceited? You might be right! Generally speaking, it's just as you say. Long before I met you, boy, something already cracked inside me. But you know, this ending is quite out of the ordinary, don't you think? If I say to myself, this is quite an opportune ending for someone who shuts themselves in their shell, don't you think so? Rather than walking the road decided by society, we should all walk our own road. That way is better. If somebody tried, they would realize it. Humans are born just to die. In this world, people are born, fall in love, marry, give birth to children, raise them, and in the end die in obscurity. As for me, walking on a path that's already decided is something I just can't do. I'll be true to myself to the very end. So, I've decided. I won't hold back from the things I like. I'll do what I want. Whatever I set out to do, I'll bring it to fruition. This happiness I've found, I'd like to share it with the world. It doesn't matter if nobody understands. I won't let anyone get in my way. While in my consciousness was still there. The scenery was gradually getting darker. My eyes were growing hazy. It's very, very cold. While I was listening, Tiame's. Yume's excited voice. Without any strength left, I awaited my final moments. The daffodil has bloomed. Happy end! Flower of conceit. So despite that being like the most grisly good end, it does communicate what I believe is part of the thesis of this entire game. Even if you're a menhera, even if you're mentally ill, even if you're fucked up, and even though you won't be understood by everyone and you'll be rejected left and right, you should embrace the things that make you weird. Although this is taking it to the extreme. Because there are certain things that should not be pursued. But then again, if someone actually did want to, like, carve people up, putting it into a video game is much better than carving people up like actual people, you know? So in that meta-textual sense, technically it's okay. I mean, who hasn't played a little Doom when they wanted to inflict that same pain on people that hurt them? And that's just my opinion on if this is the most grisly good end. So far, it seems so. Especially in the tone of Itaru not being happy. There's only 2 girls left. I should finish my coffee. Oh, all my stars went away. I probably need to change soon. It's good to have something to tell you that, you've gone very far. If it were me, I'd die right then and there, just out of pure spite alone. The girl was an ordinary girl. She wasn't crazy from the beginning. For me who has nothing, you're too far away. If I could become God, will you turn around and face me? And one day I'll reach you. The girl didn't have any unusual talent. Born to an ordinary family, living in an ordinary house. She lived a very ordinary life. One day, on the way back from school, against her better judgment, she was pulled along by her friend on a detour. Losing her way, as it got darker and darker, the girl was completely late. As she hurriedly returned home, Opening the door, in front of her was silence. Her father, mother, brother, and sister, everyone was there, and yet not a single person moved. Red. That was the only thing in this house. In that moment, something inside the girl snapped. The girl was so shocked she fell down. The girl collapsed. The girl, still in the innocence of childhood, wasn't able to think about anything. Suddenly, she noticed a bloody business card at her feet. It was the business card of a bar. The girl who lost everything picked up the card, grasping it tightly in those small hands. With these hands, without fail, well, that sure did happen. We only have blue and red left. 2 more weeks. And, we'll see the true end. I wonder, was that harder on y'all than last week's? Hard to know. We're past that. We're basically at the halfway point now. Can't wait to dissect. Teeth clang together. Can't wait to dissect this game. No pun intended. Certain things you should dissect. And other things you should absolutely never dissect. Unless it's in a story. Thank you for watching this week's MenheRafflesia.